Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Time to take that walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. I do appreciate you stopping by. Today's beer comes from Funk Brewing Company. Funk! Get the funk out of my... No, that's a song. That's an old song. This is their open mic. And from what I'm seeing and reading, this should be a session, if you will. This is a 5.5%er, American IPA, but I think it should be a New England style. This was sent to me by my brother Rico, and the note he sent, 5.5 oat soaked session IPA. Brewery is based in Emmaus, Pennsylvania, but the beer was contract brewed in their Chicago, Illinois factory. He said it was canned on 8/22/18, and he bought a 4-pack at the beer store a few days ago, and it was $12. So not too expensive. 4-pack is $12, but it's a 16-ounce can here, guys. But it is a fairly low ABV session beer, if you will. 5.5%, starting to get a little heavy for a session beer. Most of them are 5% or less. So getting a little extra kick with this one being 5.5%. And it does have the ABV on the can at 5.5%, and it has the canned on date of 8/22/18 on the bottom of it. So there's the two bits of information you need to make a decent, educated purchase, guys. So y'all know I don't buy ABV beers of this low of an ABV, or if it's how you put it, I didn't need to say ABV twice there, but I don't buy beers that are 5.5%, guys. They seem to, especially the ones that are available around here, they tend to be a little thin and watery and leave a little bit lackluster in the aroma and the taste. So, but there are exceptions to the rule, so hopefully this will be one of them. But being 5.5%, you could have a couple of these and not be too inebriating. Not like drinking an 8 or a 9% beer. So we'll see. I'll reserve judgment till we get it down our throat a little bit and see what I think of it. There have been a couple of 6%ers we've done recently that have been impressive enough that I said I would buy. So we're dropping it back a half a percentage points, this one being 5.5. So let's get on with it here. Let's jump over to Untapped and see if they have any additional information. 5.5%, no IBUs. It says hazy New England style IPA with a creamy mouthfeel. So there you go. First beer of the day for me. So let's pop the top on this thing and get as much of it as we can in the glass. It's coming out hazy, but not super hazy, guys. Doesn't look like orange juice coming out, but that may change once we get all of it in the glass. Alright, that's all but the final little chug in the bottom of it there. And it looks pretty impressive, guys. I mean, it's not the super bright orange juice, but it is very hazy, nice amber color. A little bit of light coming through the thin part of the glass down through here. Looks pretty impressive for 5.5% New England style. It definitely looks like a New England style. About a finger of head on that pour. To the nose we go. Very nice and citrusy. Little bit of grapefruit in there. Some oranges. Maybe some passion fruit. Got a nice tropical nose to it. I'm thirsty. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. Strong bitterness for 5.5%. Kind of tart. Maybe like an unsweetened grapefruit. Nice dankness to it. I'm getting that. Seems to have quite a bit of taste for 5.5%. I mean, that's very pleasant, but it is kind of tart and bitter. To me, it's a little over bitter for 5.5%. So let's do the back end pour. See if it changes the appearance any. No, I don't see that happening. So not a whole lot of settling going on in the can. Like I said, it was put in the can on 8/22, and today is the 15th of September. Not quite, about 3 weeks in the can. Almost 4, 3.5. Well, 3. Let's just say 3. Round it off. So, it's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. Let her take a sip or two, and let me sip on it, and we'll come back and see what I think of this at the final chug. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Been sipping on it a while. It's a little heavy on the bitterness and tartness. Not quite balanced as it should be or could be. It's still very enjoyable. It's got a lot of flavor. It does have a nice mouthfeel to it for a 5.5%er. Very impressive as far as what we're getting for a 5.5%er, but I do find it a little bit on the bitter tart side, like it's unsweetened grapefruit or something like that. That's what I'm getting on it. It does have a nice dankness to it, but it's not quite as balanced as it could be, or what I think it should be here, guys. So, was enjoyable. Final chug. Very nice. It's very nice, guys. Don't think it's tin beer or world class or anything like that, but it is a fairly tasty beer. I can deal with the bitterness, but it's not quite as balanced as it could be. That's where I'm going to leave it, guys. A- for me. I'm going to give this a 90. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 3.75, which is just right barely into their B+. I think it's a little better than that, but definitely not a 10 beer anyway. And these guys do some 10 beers. They do some really impressive stuff. Over to Untapped, they have it at 3.82, which is also in their B+ rating. So I'm giving it a better grade than either one of the sites here. So not sure I would buy this beer because it's a little over bitter, and it's only a 5.5%. I don't buy session beers, guys, because I don't session beers anymore. So, but I'm glad I got to try it. And Rico, thanks again, my brother, for picking it up and sending me one of them. It was a nice beer, guys. If you've had this from Funk Brewing, their open mic oat soaked IPA, let me know what you think. If you hadn't, pick it up, give it a try. You might like it. Beer tastes are very subjective. You might like that bitterness or that tartness to it. Don't go by what I say. Give it a try. Pick it up. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up. If you've had it, let me know. Do we meet again? Let's go see what's in the fridge.